much to us this afternoon. And it seems appropriate then to end with Sir John Elvidge, who is, of course, the chair of Carnegie UK. And we're delighted to have him to close today's conference. But rest assured, there's some networking opportunities after he has finished speaking. And we want to just get as much feedback from you all as we can. But for now, over to you, Sir John. Thank you.
Thank you, Tara. And let me begin by thanking all of the people who've made today possible, because there would be nothing for me to reflect on if lots of people had not given so much to contribute to the productive and stimulating afternoon we've all been able to have today. So let me thank the young people who participated in the video and who demonstrated so much of the energy and commitment that we've talked about at various points as being vital to this process today. Let me thank the politicians who, on a particularly inauspicious day for them, perhaps, when there are other things claiming their attention, made a lot of time to give us their contribution. And all of the presenters that we've had today, and behind all of that, the steering group who've planned the whole event, and CO3 and the team we haven't been seeing, who've made the smooth running of today so important. I wanted to start by reflecting on something from Romina Boarini's opening presentation, and it actually struck me, although it might not necessarily have struck everybody. She had one slide in which she gave examples of the places in the world who were engaged in similar kinds of work to this. And the thing that struck me about it is how small that number of places is. And it really reinforces that Northern Ireland has the courage to grapple with this set of issues when so few other places in the world are coming to the starting line and engaging with the same challenge. So, however hard it feels to do this, it is for me really important to remember that Northern Ireland is in that small group of pioneers tackling difficult issues. And that for me connects to something that David Sterling was saying when talking about this process that we're engaged in today and the work that's led up to it over the past months. He talked about being enthused by the energy and commitment that he'd experienced in the process, and then he very helpfully reminded us to throw our minds back a few years, and I'm relieved that David can't remember any more accurately than I can about precisely how many years we're throwing our minds back, but he ended up at 6 years, so let's say that. And he talked about how remarkable it was that when the discussion about adopting an outcomes-based programme for government first began in Northern Ireland, people bought into it straight away. That none of the usual hesitations and reluctances manifested themselves. People immediately came on board, and I think it's worth remembering how easily this makes sense to people, and how people become willing to give their energy and commitment to it. And then right at the beginning of the day, in the opening video, Neil Gibson, I think, said that getting from the page and the conversation to action is the greatest challenge. And he said that it was one in which we can all play a part. And that, for me, is one of the crucial messages that I take away from today. That this is a process that doesn't exist narrowly in the confines of government. That it's not something that's been handed down from on high. It's something which has so far been created by an impressive number of people working together. And that as we think about that challenge of how one goes from the conversation to the action, it's really important not to lose that sense of this being something in which everyone can play a part, and in which there's a strong sense of shared responsibility. And one of the other things that has struck me and impressed me about the day is the way in which the conversation this afternoon has embraced both the big principles of this discussion, the essence of what everyone is trying to do here, why it's important to focus on outcomes, why it's important to focus on well-being and the breadth of what that means. But the discussion has also encompassed people talking about very specific examples of what it might look like when you do it. The things which, if it were possible to do them, would demonstrate the kind of change that that people know would mean that this is practical and real, and not just an aspiration. And that seems to me to be a strength of the community of participation that's been built over the period of thinking about this, and which is so much in evidence today. And it was evident too in Dennis McMahon's very impressive final presentation, in which Dennis took us on an amazing journey from the thinking of leading philosophers to a very concrete example of demonstrating that it is possible to make change, and that this is not entirely a matter of we don't know how to do this. It's a matter of having the confidence and the courage to do more of things. And I was very struck by Dennis saying that he can't see any way in which it would be possible to not think about the world in this way, to go back to an older way of thinking. And I was struck by his closing words that that this is something which it has been possible to do, which will be done, and which will be part of the future. And that commitment, that confidence, seems to me to sum up the nature of what people have been engaged in today, of what everybody has brought to this. And one of the things in the chat column, and it's I can't see it on the screen at the moment, so I can't credit it to the person who put it there. But it was a reminder that if you have the courage to go down this road, and the energy and the commitment that's been so evident today, you also have to give yourself a break here and accept that in trying to make this work, in searching for the practical examples of translating the conversation into action, it's inevitable that there'll be mistakes along the way. Not everything will work. Not every first idea will be the right idea. And I think that that combination of confidence and that willingness to forgive ourselves for making mistakes as we try to travel the journey is, for me, the key message from the day. Thank you.